What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for Rhea Chantal did a video earlier this morning. She started with a Hemio plug, and I suppose we're completely over unicity because she has dual subs and chips here. So, as a diabetic, I don't know that bread and sodium should be your go to, but I will say she's being consistent with her content, but the views are kind of starting to slide as this gets repetitive. Also, one thing that doesn't appear like it's going to slide is the ring off her finger. If you look at my last thumbnail or you pay careful attention to these images, I don't really know what's going on, but it looks like there's some inflammation, some swelling. Maybe the ring is too tight, but it's very noticeable that something is happening. Speaking of something happening, Chantal says that if you didn't watch her live stream the other day, she was really startled that a black shadow went across the wall. Today, she was cleaning the bathroom. She had to go get a different cleaner. When she returned, the shower door was closed. She said normally she could hear the door closing. She was only gone for a minute. So this has really unsettled her, saying this was a, quote, different kind of fear, indicating she believes she's now had an otherworldly experience. She wants to set a camera up in the bathroom to monitor this, but I mean, I would imagine, based on what we know about Salah, he already has cameras in the bathroom. But I digress. We move on to this TED Talk about being grateful. Very odd transition because she was watching TV and she saw a series on prisons, and one of them was focused on Madagascar. Now, she says prior to this, her only understanding of Madagascar was the Disney movies. So she goes on to refer to this prison as, quote, the part Disney won't show you. She says the prison is inhumane and she hopes something is done. She feels guilty eating this food while talking about things like overpopulation, living conditions, food rations. She does say you can buy freedom, but for 100 or $200 Canadian, and she feels most people there don't have that. She also fears they might be innocent and they're just being given a lack of human rights. She says that this made her sad and she had no idea this was happening. She says this was eye-opening for her. And she talks about her desires to save the world and help others, and that even at her lowest, she was never in conditions like this. Seemingly taken back by all of this, she refuses to eat the other sandwich, wishing she could share it with them, and then offers she'll just put it in the refrigerator for later. She closes by talking about the woman's side of the prison, how they seem to help and motivate each other, care for each other, have more compassion. She says that living like this would be worse than capital punishment, and she balks at an inmate that says that they get used to it, and gave an example of befriending some of the bugs in the prison. She relates to this because when she was in summer camp, she befriended a spider. And that's pretty much how she ends it. Chantal, I don't know how many reaction channels are going to cover this, but I would offer if they can get more than 4 or 5 minutes of content, they did a far better job than I could because there's nothing to this. If this is what you're using to sustain your income, you need to go back to the drawing board because it's not going to work. This was just a video that felt like you were doing it just to do it. And that's why there's really nothing much here to refer to. I do, though, want to say the last couple of videos I said I was going to talk about some of my favorite hams because Chantal's very upset we're calling her Miriam. And I wanted to talk about one of my favorite movies that, despite all my commentary, I've never related it to the same way Chantal has related it to her content, and that would be The Sandlot. I think if you watch The Sandlot, you'll realize one of your favorite characters is none other than Ham Porter. So if you made it this far in the video, which, don't pat yourself on the back too much there. It's only been 3 minutes and 30 seconds, but put Ham Porter down in the comment section while I leave you with the top comments from the last video, as well as letting you know I appreciate you so much watching this, spending maybe less time than we normally do, but still time together, and know that I will be back as soon as I can with more commentary.